Hey, Shipmates. I started my VA claims journey back in 2019 with just 10% for tinnitus. That's right, 10. I remember opening that first decision letter at the kitchen table and just staring at it. And part of me thought, well, at least it's something. But deep down, I knew that wasn't the whole story. What the VA rated wasn't the whole of what I had been living with. It was just the noise in my ears, not the headaches that hit like a hammer, not the dizziness that made me feel like the room was tilting, not the night staring at the ceiling with my heart pounding out of rhythm. The tinnitus was the tip of the iceberg. Everything else, buried. At the time, I didn't understand the system. I trusted it. So for years, I did nothing. I thought, they'll see what's in my record. They'll connect the dots. But the truth is, they won't. They never do. And that lesson, that nobody's going to build your claim for you, that's where everything changed for me. So fast forward 6 years. I finally got 100% P&T, permanent and total. But didn't happen because I got lucky. It happened because I learned the system. I adapted. I treated my claim like a mission plan. And today I'm going to show you exactly how I went from 10 to 100%, step by step, with the lessons I wish someone had handed me back in 2019. Welcome to Scuttlebutt Vet. I'm Paul, a Navy veteran, and everything I talk about here, I've lived. From getting lowballed, to fighting appeals, to finally hitting 100% P&T. Here we don't sugarcoat it. We fight smarter, not harder. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the crew. I've got your 6. And if you stick with me to the end of this video, I'll provide you with an opportunity that I wish I had when I had started this journey. When I got that first 10%, I thought my story was over. But from 2019 to 2023, the symptoms crept in deeper. Headaches, short-term memory lapses, the sudden rush of vertigo that hits you when you stand up too fast. I brushed them off. I told myself, it's age, stress, lack of sleep. But then one day I was heading to work and I lost my balance completely. I hit the floor. And that moment, that single, embarrassing, confusing moment became my wake-up call. I realized this wasn't normal. This wasn't just tinnitus anymore. Something bigger was going on. So I went home, sat down, and started digging. I pulled up my medical service record, every VA visit, every doctor's note, every My Health record I could find. And that's when I realized nothing lined up. The story of my condition, the one I was living every day, wasn't the story that was written in my medical file. So I started documenting everything. Every dizzy spell, every migraine, every sleepless night. That cheap spiral notebook on my nightstand became my first piece of evidence. And I didn't even know it. But here's the truth. The VA doesn't respond to emotion. It responds to evidence. Once that clicked, I stopped trying to get sympathy. I started building a case. I learned something that changed everything. What I call the Evidence Trinity. 3 things the VA has to see before they can grant service connection. 1, a current medical diagnosis. 2, a documented in-service event or aggravation. And 3, a medical nexus that connects the 2. If you miss even one, and then your claim's dead before it leaves the gate. So I dug in every record I had, VA, civilian, military. I ordered my service treatment records through eBenefits. I requested my C-file, and I started reading the VA's own medical notes like a writer would. I even printed the CFR 38 Code of Federal Regulations and highlighted the sections for every condition I had. And that's when I realized something huge. This isn't luck, it's math. If your file checks the boxes, you win. If it doesn't, you lose. And once I understood that, I stopped waiting for a VSO to save me. Yes, I went through at least 3 different VSOs, and not one of them helped me. Sure, they would submit my intent to file, but most of the time, they seemed to try to convince me that all I was going to get was the 10%. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some good ones out there, but not one of the ones I could find. So I became my own VSO. 2019 turned into 2023, and that's when the denials started rolling in. Hearing loss, denied, then deferred, then denied. Again, migraines, denied. PTSD, denied. Sleep apnea, deferred, then denied. Each denial letter felt like a gut punch. But instead of giving up, I treated each one like intel. I started highlighting every reason they gave for a denial. No nexus established, no chronic symptoms, conditions are not severe enough to warrant compensation. Those sentences became my battle map. Every denial was just a clue. It was telling me exactly what I had to do to fix it. If they said no nexus, I got one. If they said no treatment history, I went and built one. If they misapplied the diagnosis code, I would cite the CFR 38 line by line. I filed a higher level review. It became like a chess game, and every move I made, I got smarter. Hey, if this is clicking for you, hit that like button right now. It helps this video reach more vets who are still fighting the same fight. And if you haven't subscribed and joined the crew, please do so. This is exactly what we do here at Scuttlebutt Vet. We fight smarter, not harder, and we help other vets. So back to the story. So when AI tools started improving, that's when the game really changed for me. Instead of paying $2,000 or $5,000 for a Nexus letter, I used AI to generate a doctor-ready draft, clean, factual, and written in professional medical language. I fed my history, my treatment notes, my symptoms into ChatGPT, and I made sure it used the legal phrase, "It's as least as likely as not that this condition is related to medical service." And that phrase is everything. It's the 50-yard line in the VA world. Then I brought that draft to my doctor and I said, "Doc, this is what I'm trying to show. You know my history. Can you review and sign it for me if it's accurate?" And 9 out of 10 times, they thank me for saving them the time. That's how I got my sleep apnea nexus approved. AI didn't do the work for me. It made me efficient. And that's why I give you those same AI prompts away for free. Because no vet should have to fight this battle alone. So once my migraines and PTSD were approved, it opened the doors. That one win gave me momentum. Suddenly, my record wasn't a list of symptoms. It was a map showing cause and effect. And that's when I realized the power of secondary claims. And here's what it looked like for me. My migraines was connected to my tinnitus. My vertigo was connected to TBI. My sleep apnea was connected to PTSD. Each one added weight, until there was no way to separate them. The VA had to rate the entire picture, not the fragments. So here's what I learned the hard way, shipmates. The VA doesn't award effort. It awards evidence. C&P exams, they can make or break your claim. You need to describe your worst days, not your best days. And if it's not in your file, it doesn't exist. But denial letters aren't the end. They're the blueprints for your next move. But the biggest lesson, pride will cost you. We were trained to suck it up. Suck it up, buttercup. Push through the pain. Keep quiet. But silence doesn't earn you a rating. Honesty does. The day you stop downplaying your symptoms is the day your claim starts moving forward. All right. If you're ready to start your own claim the right way, I've put together some tools that I've used to build my 100%. Some of you have already gotten them from me. Some have not. I provided AI Nexus Letter prompt, which helps you create a doctor-ready draft. I give you a buddy statement template, which guides you, your spouse, your shipmate, or anyone to write a strong support letter. I also provide the 5-step claim checklist, which helps keep your evidence tight and complete. And you can grab all of them free using the link below in the description, or just drop a comment down below that says send help. I always respond to my comments. And as always, this is free of charge. It's just one vet helping another. However, a lot of you have been asking me for more one-on-one help. Normally, I work a full-time job, and it's tough for me to get to everyone's messages and emails. It takes several hours to respond to your emails requesting me to review your Nexus letter. But hey, government shutdown right now. I've got some extra time on my hands. So I've decided to open up something new. We'll call it the Scuttlebutt Crew Membership. Now look, I'm not a VSO. I'm not an attorney. I'm just a fellow vet who's been through it. From 10% all the way to 100%. I can't file a claim for you, but I can help you understand it, organize it, and make it stronger. For $35 a month, you'll get 1 hour with me each month. We'll sit down together via email and go through your file, the Nexus drafts, your appeals, line by line. And I'll help you make sure your claim looks professional, solid, and airtight before you hit that submit button. It's not about replacing your VSO. It's about helping you become your own best advocate. If you're willing to put in the work, I'll meet you halfway and do everything I can to help you fight smarter. But it's completely optional. But if you've been stuck, that 1 hour a month can change everything. You'll find that link down below in the description as well. Look, I know most of us can't afford to pay for thousands of dollars of help. So I just wanted to create something that was fair. Personal coaching for vets that actually makes sense for you and for me and my time. Hey, it took 6 years for me to go from 10% to 100%. And I had to fight every single point. But once I learned how the system really works, it wasn't luck anymore. It was strategy. You can win this fight too. You just need the right tools, the right evidence, and the mindset to keep pushing when it gets ugly. If this video helped you, please drop a comment below and tell me where you're at in your claim journey. And share it with your other shipmates who are still fighting. Because we don't have to do this alone, and we don't leave anyone behind. We don't quit. We adapt. We fight smarter. And we take care of our own. Fair winds and following seas. Bravo Zulu shipmate.